stop scrolling for just 1 second. I want to show you something. This is my garden 3 weeks ago. Patchy soil, crumbling edges, overgrown weeds, zero life, zero personality. Just a sad, neglected patch of ground I had been walking past every single day, pretending I did not notice. And this is that exact same garden today. Take a moment, let that sink in. Same space, same soil, same fence. Completely different story. And the part that will shock you the most. The entire transformation cost me less than $300. Every single cent is documented in this video. No landscaper, no designer, no expensive equipment. Just me, one weekend, a solid plan and a budget that most people spend on takeout in a month. If you have a garden, a yard, or even just a tiny patch of outdoor space you have been ignoring, do not click away, because this video is about to change everything. Chapter 1. Welcome to Yard and Beyond. Hey everyone, welcome back to Yard and Beyond. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the family. I am genuinely glad you found this channel today. Everything we do here is built around one simple belief. You do not need a massive budget or professional experience to create an outdoor space that takes your breath away. You just need the right plan, the right information, and someone showing you exactly how it is done step by step. Today we are doing a full DIY garden makeover on a tight budget with a complete before and after reveal at the end. I am walking you through every step. The planning, the shopping, the building, the planting, and the final result that honestly left me standing in my own garden just staring at it. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. New videos every single week. Let us get into it. Chapter 2. The honest truth about this garden. I need to be real with you before we start, because I think honesty is what makes this channel different. This garden was a genuine disaster. Compacted gray soil. Weeds growing through cracked old edging. One scraggly overgrown shrub that had clearly given up on life but was stubbornly refusing to die. And I had been walking past it every single day for months, telling myself I would deal with it next weekend. Next month. After work calms down. After the holidays. Sound familiar? Here is what finally pushed me to act. A close friend was coming to visit, and I thought about them standing in this garden, and I felt genuinely embarrassed. Not just about the garden, but about the fact that I had let so much time pass on something completely within my power to fix. So I gave myself one weekend, $300, and one non-negotiable rule: by Sunday evening this garden would be something I was proud of. Here is my question for you right now. Is there a space in your home or garden you have been putting off dealing with? A space you walk past every day and promise yourself you will fix someday? Drop a yes or a no in the comments below. I want to know how many of us are in the same boat. Chapter 3. The plan and the budget. Before I spent a single dollar or touched a single tool, I made a plan. And I cannot stress this enough. The plan is everything. Without a plan, you walk into a garden store, get completely overwhelmed, buy random things that do not work together, and blow your entire budget on stuff that makes no real difference. I have done it before. Never again. I took photos of the garden from every angle and drew directly on the printouts with a marker. Where the bed would go, where the pathway would sit, where the focal point would land. 3 clear goals. One strong statement garden bed as the heart of the space. A defined pathway that makes the garden feel intentional. And layered planting with color, texture, and height variation that gives the garden real visual depth. Then the budget breakdown. Fresh soil and compost, $40. Plants including 2 flowering shrubs, ornamental grass, lavender, and seasonal bedding, $110. Pathway patio stones, $60. Timber bed edging, $30. Mulch, $25. Solar garden lights, $20. Decorative focal point pot and trailing plant, $15. Total, $300 exactly. Every item on that list does real visible work in the final result. Nothing was a luxury. Everything earned its place. Chapter 4, Day 1, Clearing Soil, and the Pathway. Saturday morning, 7:30, coffee in hand, gloves on. First 2 hours, pure clearing. The overgrown shrub gone. The crumbling plastic edging gone. Every weed and every root completely gone. Quick but important tip on weed removal. Most people do it wrong. They pull from the stem and leave the root behind. 3 weeks later, the exact same weed is back in the exact same spot. Use a garden fork, push it deep beneath the root system, lever upward and lift the whole root ball out in one clean motion. Get the root and the weed is gone for good. After clearing, I turned the entire bed with a garden fork to a depth of about 12 inches. Compacted soil chokes plant roots and blocks drainage. Loosening it completely changes the growing environment. Then, I worked in a generous layer of fresh compost throughout the whole bed. The soil went from gray and lifeless to dark rich brown in 20 minutes. Just from that one step, the bed already looked like something. After lunch, I built the pathway. 12 large, flat, natural patio stones in gray and sandy brown. Before placing a single one, I laid them all on the grass and moved them around until the arrangement felt right. A gently curving path from the entrance toward the focal point at the back of the bed. Never a straight line. Curves create movement, draw the eye forward, and make a small garden feel bigger than it really is. I cut each stone's base out of the turf, added a thin layer of sharp sand, and set each stone with a finger-width gap between them. By end of day 1, the pathway was complete. And just that pathway alone, before a single plant was in the ground, completely changed the feeling and energy of the whole space. Chapter 5, Day 2. The planting and finishing touches. Sunday morning, planting day. My favorite day of any garden project. The evening before, I had laid all my plants out on the grass in front of the bed and arranged them before committing to anything. Always do this. It costs you nothing except 10 minutes, and it saves hours of regret. What looks right up close and what reads well from across the garden are two very different things. I followed the tall, medium, low rule throughout the entire bed. Tallest plants at the back, medium plants through the middle, low-growing plants along the front edge. This layering creates visual depth and makes sure every plant can be seen rather than buried behind something taller. 2 deep red flowering shrubs went in at the back, height, drama, and a strong color statement visible straight from the house. Ornamental grasses filled the middle layer, 3 of them spread across the width of the bed. The moment they went in and I stepped back, I remembered exactly why I love ornamental grass. It moves, it breathes, it makes everything around it feel alive. Lavender ran along the front edge on both sides of where the pathway met the bed. Brushing past lavender as you walk through a garden is one of the simple great pleasures of life, and I refuse to have a garden without it. Seasonal bedding plants in soft white and pale yellow filled in the remaining gaps for immediate color, while the main plants established themselves over the coming weeks. At the end of the pathway, I placed the large terracotta pot with its cascading trailing plant, deep green tendrils spilling over the edges. This became the full stop at the end of the pathway, the thing your eye travels toward and rests on. Every garden needs a focal point, and this was mine. With the planting complete, I spread a thick, even layer of dark brown mulch across the entire bed. Clean, professional, moisture-locking, weed-suppressing. $8 worth of mulch, and the whole bed looked like it belonged in a magazine. Finally, the finishing touches. Solar stake lights placed along both sides of the pathway. As the sun went down that evening, and those lights flickered on for the first time, I actually stopped what I was doing and just stood there. Something about garden lights at dusk makes even the most practical person go a little quiet. Chapter 6. The Reveal one weekend. $300. And this is what we made. A lush layered garden bed with real color, real texture, and real depth. A curved stone pathway that gives the space direction and purpose. A warm, glowing focal point that draws you in from the moment you step outside. A garden that finally feels like it belongs to someone who genuinely cares about it. But here is the thing I want you to really hear. The garden is beautiful. But that is not actually what this transformation is about. It is about the feeling of walking out of your back door in the morning and being genuinely happy with what you see. It is about the pride of knowing you built something with your own hands. It is about proving to yourself that the space you have been putting off fixing, the space you kept saying someday about, was never as impossible as it felt. $300. One weekend. 0 excuses left. Your garden is waiting. That is the full DIY garden makeover from start to finish. Plan, budget, build, plant, and reveal. Now I want to hear from you. What is the one thing stopping you from tackling your own garden right now? Is it budget? Time? Not knowing where to start? Tell me honestly in the comments, because your answer is going to shape the very next video I make on this channel. If this video helped you or inspired you even a little bit, please hit the thumbs up. It genuinely helps more people find yard and beyond, and that means more gardens getting transformed all over the world. How good is that? And if you are not subscribed, do it right now. Every week we are here with budget landscaping, DIY garden builds, backyard privacy ideas, and full outdoor transformations just like this one. Until next time, get outside, get your hands in the soil, and always remember, the garden you have been dreaming about is always just a little beyond where you are standing right now. See you in the next one.